You're about to re-enter a world where... You know what? I'm not going to do that. Did it last time, and a friend of mine sent me a video about a different group of guys who did the exact same kind of intro. So, I'm not going to do that. But I am going to revisit the idea of the friend zone. The video I watched was actually pretty interesting. Definitely went for laughs. I try to be a little more serious, but with a few laughs. They're kind of cartoonish, but it was a decent video. What I did learn from the video was that most people seem to have a different idea of what the friend zone is than I do. At least based on my conversation with friends and even a couple of family members. Here are the two ideas of the friend zone that I've come across. One is mine and a couple of other people's. And one is more of a standard version, I guess you want to call it. So the standard version, from what I've seen, is that a guy likes a woman. We'll say it's men because it's mostly men in the friend zone, let's be honest. It's a guy that likes a woman, he really likes her, but he can't say how he feels. He tiptoes around it, she talks to him about her relationships, he says, well, there's somebody there, and he tries to drop hints that it's him without actually saying that he likes her. That to many people is what constitutes the friend zone. I don't see that. I think that you're just scared. The guy's just scared to be honest with his opinions and honest with his feelings. My opinion on the friend zone is that a guy likes a woman, he tells her that he has feelings for her, and she rejects him, and she adds on top of that, but I'd like us to be friends, or let's stay friends, let's be friends. That to me is the friend zone. And when I have conversations with people, we sometimes have disagreements on the friend zone because we're coming at it from two different angles. We're not seeing the other's point of view of what constitutes the friend zone. And when I did finally see their side of it, I was able to understand why they have their opinions on the friend zone and why men are, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, cowardly, I guess would be a way to put it, and how it's men's fault that they're in the friend zone because they just need to be honest, and if you just tell them, you won't be in the friend zone. In that case, yes, once you tell the person that you have feelings for them, there is no ambiguity here. You're either in the relationship or you're stuck. You're not in the friend zone, I guess. But in a way you are. Because if she says, oh, I don't see you that way, but let's stay friends, you have been thrown into the friend zone. And like I said before, there is no escape from the friend zone. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a weird voice to put there. But there is no escape. Once you're there, you're stuck. There is no way out. But what I do think is that men have to be willing to take that chance. And women have to be willing to take that chance too. I have a little theory that I'm tentatively calling the jackass theory. Hear me on this. Well, I never watched the show, but everybody knows the premise. And there are a bunch of internet videos of people doing stupid stunts and getting themselves hurt doing those stunts. And if you notice, the vast majority of those people in the video are men. Men are the ones usually doing these stupid stunts because a lot of men have, daredevil, who cares about consequences kind of attitude, and are willing to take chances. And they're risk takers. And that sort of risk taking is also what's needed to try and escape the friend zone and to tell a woman how you feel. Most women don't have that, from what I've noticed. I mean, I talk to my friends, and even some of the, couples that I know, and when they were friends, it was usually the guy that said, hey, let's go out, or I like you, would you like to go on a date? And at that point, that's when the relationship started. And that's the thing. You have to be willing to take that chance. And, you know, there's a old joke about how, you know, women, when it comes to relationships, the harsh truth, women heart here and men heart in the crotch. But I found a really good picture that showed what I thought is the real truth. And is that men heart here, women heart here. Women think about love. Women think about that sort of thing. Men don't. We just do it. It's just something we feel and then we just jump into it. For the most part, there are men who do have it here and they think, oh, if I tell her, what if it doesn't work out? Blah, 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 blah. But you gotta be willing to take that chance. You have to take a chance on the friendship blooming into something more. Even if it means, if it doesn't work out, you may lose that friend. But are you willing to take that chance? Or are you always going to ask, what if? If you're not willing to take that chance, you have no right, in my opinion, to say you're in the friend zone. Because you're just scared. But if you take that chance and she says, no, I don't see you that way, but let's stay friends, then you're in the friend zone. And you can't escape that. Maybe I should amend that. You can escape that only if she comes around and says, you're right, let's go out, or she finally starts having feelings for you. That's the only way I could see a way out. And that window is basically a square inch, or maybe 5 square centimeters, whichever one is smaller, trying to go international on that measurement. But I think that too many people think about a relationship, think about, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if this happens or that happens? And they're not willing to say, well, what if we do go out and things go great? Now, not only do I have somebody who I'm in a relationship with, who I have sex with, I also have a partner who understands me. I have somebody who I can laugh with and, do things with. Maybe you have the same interest. Maybe she can get you into things that you don't necessarily knew you might like. Or you can get her into doing things with you that maybe she never thought about. Maybe she's a wrestling fan and you never thought about watching wrestling. Or maybe you like comic book movies and the comic books, and you can get her to watch those sorts of movies. It's those sort of things. That's a relationship, isn't it? I mean, isn't it good to have a friend as your boyfriend or girlfriend? You start out as friends, and then it progressed into you have feelings for that person. I think you have to acknowledge that and say how you feel. Because if you don't, you'll always wonder, what if? And if you're honest, and then the person says, I don't have those feelings for you, let's be friends, now you are in the friend zone. And you don't escape that. Ever. Ever. So, yeah, I know my last video I got a bunch of family members and friends telling me, oh man, that was really intense. I was just having fun with it. But it's a serious topic, I think, because so many good men are trapped in the friend zone because the woman that they like doesn't realize that that person might be good for them. Because, like I said in the last video, women in general, from what I've seen, want a project. They want a guy who they can mold and manipulate and, build into the guy that they wanted all along, instead of, hey, this guy is kind of what I want, there's little maybe things around the edges, and he's my friend, maybe we should be together. You know? Yeah. There are times that this sort of thing is, it's on my mind on occasions, especially when I talk to my friends. And when I talk to them, we always get into the conversation of what constitutes the friend zone. This is my opinion of it. And my last video was just me venting about how much it sucks to be in the friend zone. This video is about why I think people get put into the friend zone, and maybe an escape route. Maybe, who knows? Let me know what you think. Just write what your thoughts are about the friend zone. Whether or not you agree with me that it's you tell a person and they reject you, or if you think it's maybe the quote-unquote standard version and it's a guy that isn't willing to say how he feels. Let me know in the comments, and if you ever been friend zoned, let me know. I'm kind of curious about that. So, or if you've ever friend zoned somebody, whether on purpose or by accident. I'd like to hear that. I'd like to read about that. So, like I said, I'm trying to make more videos more often. I'm going to try and do a top 10s and maybe top 12s, things like that in the future. So stay tuned for that. Until then, take care, alright?